My name is Doug Campbell. I'm 69 years old right now. I'm an artist in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I work in metal, stone, and I'm a painter also. And I've been working in metals for about 25, maybe 30 years. And the reason I started working into them was because it got to the point that you could use metals less expensively, lighter. You could start not having to invest so much money into a studio or anything. I really like the plasma torch, which used to be the size of a car and cost thousands of dollars. Now for a couple of $1,000s you can have a plasma torch that'll cut everything like butter, and a wire-fed welder. And that means that you don't have to use stick or anything else, a lot less intensive, and just do things immediately, make artwork out of things that are lying around cheaply and make them look great very quickly. So that's how I got into that. So I got into doing screens for doors and for businesses and that kind of thing. I just didn't want to do artwork that was just sitting there trying to take it to a gallery and trying to sell it through a gallery or anything else. That was just not my thing. I thought form follows function, and so I will start doing restaurants and anything else that that might need artwork. I thought we needed artwork. I met this guy, Mo, who was a Palestinian guy, very intelligent, and owned a couple of the convenient marts in town here. And he said, Doug, can you do some bars for my doors? And I said, nah, I don't want to do bars for doors, but why don't I do something decorative? So I did a couple of mermaid-looking kind of things. They weren't too cheesy or anything. They looked great on the doors, and he loved them. He put them up there. The reason he did it was because he was being broken into like every other night. He'd been broken into 3 times in 2 months. So he put them up. They stayed up there for about 3 or 4 years. The new guys that came after him decided, no, we don't like those. We're going to take those down. And so they took them down and sold them. And then the next night, the place was broken into. So they actually worked pretty well. And I've done doors for them and Indochine Restaurant and places like that, screens for doors, but all, decorative stuff that I've seen done now since I started doing it. I kind of see a few of those around, other people doing it. So it's always interesting to come up with an idea and go, oh, that's moving around there. So the movie industry started in Wilmington. I decided to move down here, and I started doing freelance stuff for the movies when I could, and then doing my own thing with restaurants and public art and any kind of art that I could do. And that's where I really learned how to do sculpture, which is the thing I do primarily is sculpture and painting. Well, I tried to resist doing artwork for years. I mean, I was an artist from the time I was 4 years old. I mean, really, people would look at it and go, oh, well, you're an artist, and that kind of thing. But I didn't think they had any kind of respect when I was in high school or something, and tried to avoid it for some stupid reason. I thought I was going to end up teaching English or history at NC State and having 3 kids and having a stone house and having a pipe and, raking the yard and crap. That didn't happen. And, but I kept being drawn back into it. It's a compulsion. And so I think that when you're really a young artist, you worry about what everybody else thinks. As soon as you can get over that and start getting, comfortable in your own skin, then you start producing things. I had to look to other people to figure out, is this something I like? Do I want to steal a little piece of that? Do I want to learn something from this and that kind of thing? And I do like going to all any studio of any town I go in and talking with artists and that kind of thing. But when you're a young artist, you worry about all these things. And when I was in my 20s, I guess I did that. I really didn't start kicking it until I was in my 30s. And because I was watching things, I was working for PBS as an art director. So, but I was able to see things all the time, see what other people were doing. Then when you're in your 40s, you're actually really, 30s, 40s, you're really putting it to it. A lot of people say, well, that's the end of your career. That was the beginning of mine, if I had a career, And, but then you end up being 50s, and then you're in your 60s. All this happens very quickly, and you turn around and go, oh my God, where did all that go? And did I just sit on my ass? And if you can say that you didn't sit on your ass and you did the best you could, that's fine. you know, and as far as being known forever or whatever, all glory is fleeting, you know. So I think, I have things that are all over the world now, you know, from people. They call me up on occasion and say, hey, I bought a piece of yours 15 years ago. I just saw the face in it. And I was like, damn, you know. But that's, you know, you have to live for the moment in that. I don't worry about, you know, getting famous off of it or making big money off of it. That wasn't going to happen. Only one out of every 1,000 artists is able to make a living off of artwork. Otherwise, you're either married to somebody that supports it, trust fund, or you lucked out, or whatever. But I do it because it's a compulsion, and because I enjoy it, and because I love art. I love everybody's art, all kinds of art. You know, not just my style or my thing or whatever. And I really appreciate anybody that goes out and you know, really busts their ass to do, you know, artwork all day long, you know, and everything. But I do know how to relax. I don't sit there and just do artwork every day. You know, I can be really lazy, but I have worked hard on it.